Hey guys, I'm going to be cleaning some brass today. Got my Lyman Turbo 1200 Auto-Flo tumbler here. Thought I'd give a little overview of it in case anybody's interested in buying one of these. It has a pretty tight fitting lid so you don't get a lot of dust when you're tumbling. And you can see it's kind of like spring loaded. The unique thing about this one is, versus a lot of the other ones on the market, it has this plug you can take out, and when it's running, all the media will fall out that hole, and it comes with a pan. So you just stick your pan under there, and it drains all the media. At that time, it may get kind of dusty then. So you may want to do this in a garage or outside or in a basement area where your kids aren't going to be because of lead content. And I always wear gloves whenever I'm working with dirty brass. So this came with 3 bags of this media. I haven't actually tried this media out yet. I've been using is this crushed walnut shells I got from the pet store. It's kind of finely crushed walnut shell. That's been working out real good. Now I'm ready for a media change. I've probably cleaned approximately, I don't know, a couple thousand, maybe more than that, 3,000-4,000 brass cases, pistol rounds, before I had to change the media. Also, I like to put a few drops of this new finish car polish in there. That puts a little waxy finish. It polishes the case, but it also puts a little like wax onto the brass, and it makes resizing easier. It hasn't caused any trouble. I've never had any misfires on any of the rounds I've shot, any of my reloads. So I'll give you a look inside here, how that works. The way you can drain your media, it has like a bowl inside a bowl. There's a wing nut here that holds the two together. So that's basically it. I'll load this up and I'll get a shot of it. Okay guys, I got it loaded up with a couple hundred brass cases. Pistol rounds, I got some 380, some 357 Magnum, and some 9mm in there. Another good thing about this Lyman tumbler, it's right there, it's made in USA. I've did a little research before I bought this one, and I heard of some people buying some imported ones and they weren't so good. They didn't tumble the brass very good and they didn't last very long. So I think you can't go wrong when you buy something made in USA like this. So I ended up putting in I put in 2 of the bags in there, and I'll turn the tumbler on now and take a look at the action. I'll let that go for about an hour or 2. With the walnut media that I've used in the past, I let that go about 2 hours, and that worked out real good. That's what I usually do. I'll just put a little of this new finish car polish in there, just a couple of drips. That'll work itself in, and I always like to keep the cap on, keep the dust down. This wing nut sort of thing is made out of rubber, so it doesn't loosen up from the vibrations. Also, this has rubber feet on the bottom, so it doesn't skip around on your countertop or wherever you have it located. But it's not a bad idea to get a rubber mat like this, put it down, so it doesn't vibrate around on you. Alright, so we'll come back in a couple hours and we'll take a look at that brass and see how nice and shiny it is. Alright, it's been about 2 hours or so, and the brass is looking pretty good, nice and clean. So I'm going to empty it out now. Take this plug out. And I'm going to turn it on. Put the lid back on so I don't get a lot of dust. Once most of that media is out of there, it gets pretty noisy, so you may want to put some hearing protection in. And when we get to this point, what I'll do is I'll take the lid off. We got probably like 90% of the media out of there now. And basically it's just your brass, but you still have media inside the brass. So what you have to do is turn it on. You have to run your fingers through there to empty all that media out of the inside of your brass. Alright guys, here's the finished product. This time I used the media that came with the Lyman tumbler, and previously I've been using the KT walnut pet bird litter. I noticed the brass is coming out a little lighter in color with the Lyman media. I don't think that's going to make a difference, but see how this looks a little more yellow, the brass. Something I noticed. I don't think it makes a difference, but yeah, I'd recommend the Lyman brand if you're going to get a tumbler. Seems to have been real reliable for me. I've had it about 2 years, had no problems with it. You know, in about 2 hours your brass is done. If you want to save a little money, I'd recommend getting some of this crushed walnut shells. Works good. Alright, take care.